Welcome back to the North American LCS and our second game between Team Curse and Cloud9. Cloud9 are now just one Nexus away from advancing to the finals. I love the fact that the crowd counts in every game. This is very exciting. I want to talk about a few players quickly before we throw it over to the caster desk. Starting with my fun stat of the weekend, 8-0 Lucian with one ban, yet to be defeated. Sneaky went 1-0-15. The ultimate support carry, if you want to put it that way. What's your take on Sneaky and how he's performing and the fact that he had, 92% kill participation?
Yeah, I think it's just his consistency, once again, and Lucian is a champion that allows him to do whatever he wants. Sneaky, as far as AD carry players, is actually the one with, I'd say, the least personality out of the other AD carries because he can literally play any style. And Lucian fits that because he's the utility AD carry, well, not a utility AD carry, but an AD carry that can do anything. Yeah,
it's nice. Especially you can compare his performances last split to this split. Yeah. Gone to a lot more damage dealers and really showing he can carry.
Lucian does nothing but damage.
Exactly.
Isn't it funny how he's trying to shake off the whole, oh, I'm the support AD carry of the team. Like, wait, I got 15 assists.
1-0-15. What are you going to do?
I did it again.
Now, the actual support, Elimination, with his fancy notebook, played the Morgana, 0-2-15, also a very good performance. You can't deny the fact that Elimination always delivers. May not be the flashiest of players, but he's always there when Cloud9 needs it.
Yeah, he's a pretty consistent player, and he does some pretty crazy stuff sometimes, too. He's, I'd say, one of the more unpredictable supports, and he's really good about flanking and engaging. I'd say that's what Elimination showcases the best.
I'm particularly sad he shaved that beard off. It was glorious at
it was
the IM World Championships. Let's turn our attention to Curse, a little bit of a different story. They lost with a team composition that they've been running all weekend. Going back to the drawing board, talking about the strategy, talking about picks and bans, what do you do if you're in Curse's shoes now? There's nothing left to lose.
To be honest, I mean, Curse is known for playing some kind of off-the-wall team comps. I mean, boy, he plays everything. So I want to see him play their craziest team comp. Just be like, all right, what are you going to do about this? So,
honestly, I'm normally the one to say they should throw caution to the wind and do whatever they want because maybe it'll catch Cloud9 off guard. But they were really close to beating Cloud9 last game. If they did the same thing again, they actually have a decent chance of coming out with the win, especially since they're on the blue side this time. They might even get a little bit more power into their picking phase. But it would be pretty cool if they played something like Swain.
What about Voyboy? I mean, Voyboy's Lulu was okay. That game was a little out of position. Maybe some positional errors, individual mistakes in that regard, especially in that very deciding team fight. Does he stick with the Lulu? Does he go to, we've seen Yasuo yesterday. That was a situational thing, of course. It was to counter, but he's got a lot of champions in his pool.
I mean, I think Lulu, he's a really strong Lulu, and he just had one positional mistake in a team fight, and yeah, they lost Baron. They lost a major team fight over it, and just because their team comp's not equipped to deal with the loss like that, it just looked horrific. But, I mean, I don't know. Like, Voy has a really deep champion pool, and I want to see him showcase what he can do.
We'll have to see if Cloud9 decide to ban that away or not. And, of course, both of you feeling Cloud9 are going to win that.
Yep, still picking Cloud9.
Yeah. Well, guys, we do have to jump into Game 2, so let's send it back over to Kobe and Freak for all the action.
Thank you very much, Quick Shot. What's up, guys? We are back. Champ Select about to be getting underway, man. So, Game 2, Cloud9 took their time at the beginning of it, waited around. Curse had a couple of good moves. They took Dragons. That all went well. C9, time and again, they win team fights. That's what they're so good at.
Yeah, with their pick comp.
Yeah, true. They let themselves get engaged on. LeBlanc's in the middle of a team fight, and Hai's like, that's fine, I'll kill 2 people before I go down. Sneaky positioned well throughout the battles, every single time, right? 1-0-15, okay, he wasn't getting killing blows, but never went down, despite there's a Leon on the team, there's a Mundo flanking you, kited back well. I like Elimination Morgana, everyone there, had a really good game.
Yeah, and like Jat said, they could have easily won that game too. I mean,
sure.
Mundo teleport as your initiate didn't work out for them. He teleported in so they knew exactly where it would be. Easy to land the skill shots on him, and the ulti being popped so early meant it wasn't full effectiveness. They could easily run the same thing. Now, I want to say, for Cloud9, last time in Pick's ban phase, they banned out Jax on the blue side. So they said, oh, Curse plays all these crazy things, we can't predict what they're going to do, but they obviously predicted the Mundo pick from Quas because Quas really loves that champion, and with heal, they really banked on him going Mundo, and they counterpicked it early with going Trundle. So they really played Curse right into their hands. Blue side banning Jax, pretty obvious looking back at it. The first time seeing it, maybe not so much, but man, they really had the superior plan coming into Pick's ban last game. We'll see if they can do it in Game 2.
Well, a couple of new plans here. Curse adding Morgana to their ban lineup. They dropped the Soraka ban because they didn't need to. They have the chance to first pick. Cloud9 actually, Thresh and Leona now removed from Bunny and Fufu, but also they're the ones now banning Soraka away. So Jax is back open, and they've kind of removed no other picks. So
yeah,
Curse have a lot of room to work with. The top lane, the mid lane.
Big targets on Bunny Fufu right now. We said, what is it, like so many games in a row on Leona because Thresh is banned. Now they're forcing him to go to number 3. Pull out the last stops here for
maybe
Bunny
number
Fufu.
4 if Morgana was number 3.
Maybe number 5 if Soraka was number 4.
Oh my gosh. What if Lulu's number 6 and Voyboy wants it?
Oh my
number
God.
7. Annie.
7 is a lucky number though, Freak.
That's true. It's going to be a good chance then. Curse going to go for the number 180 carry. It's going to be Lucian picked up. Cop wanting that one right away. So both these teams actually first picking the guy. Care a lot about getting the champion in their pools. Of course, now, you know, Jax versus Mundo, is that going to be the pickups here?
Yeah.
Hover over. It's going to be locked in, so Karma comes through, so does Jax for Cloud9.
Interesting. What will they do to deal with Mundo this time around? Because they're probably expecting it once again here. Locking in Karma, we know that it could easily be a mid laner as well, as Bjergsen so rightly proved in the last series.
I like how in the regular season, no teams got pentakills, and then in both post seasons, both EU and NA, we get pentakills. I like that. It's like now that it's really on the line, okay, I guess I'll kill all 5 people now.
And Bjergsen actually had to work for his.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just...
So did Genja.
It was... well, yeah. I don't like 80 carries, so I'm like, oh, 80
wow.
carries, they just auto-attack at the back and they happen to get last hits.
Okay, I'm sorry you guys get solo XP and actually get to be over-leveled on people.
All right, so they are going to go with the Lulu. And it will probably be Voyboy Lulu. So they are going to go back with the same strategy here. Mundo Lulu once again into the Jax and Karma this time around.
Okay, so Curse looking at a very similar team composition to themselves. I really think Morgana pulled so much weight for Cloud9 last game. With that being removed, C9 needs a new backup plan then when they get jumped on by the TP Mundo. Those fights likely would have worked.
Well,
they could maybe opt into the same matchups though.
Yeah, if it is Karma, the speed boost is... It's not really the same type of answer. It's the more turn your tail and run type of answer, not really the engage that Morgana brings.
It's not stun their team for 2 seconds.
But really, Cloud9's comp this time around is shaping up to be that split push, and they're like, oh yeah, we have Jax for split pushing and our Karma to speed boost the 4-man squad that is without Jax, so we can at least run away until he either teleports in or he gains some advantage on a different lane.
Yeah, so they've added a fair bit of wave clear, one of the best wave clear junglers in the common pool here. Elise comes through with Spiderlings, Graves also for Sneaky. On top of that, Karma, whether it's mid or support, we still don't quite know yet. Figure Lulu's already grabbed, so maybe more wave clear comes in, maybe it's overkill. We'll see what High gets with his last pick. Curse have to make sure they dedicate this Lulu to mid or support with this one.
I like Meteos going back to this Elise. So good against Mundo, and everybody really enjoying his build. Definitely innovating and taking the changes in stride. Still standing by his favorite champion. This time around, though, they're the ones with the Graves.
Yeah.
So they have the higher wave clear in the burst. I guess Lucian's got just as good wave clear. It's not higher. Never mind.
Yeah, it's good overall, but Curse actually switching it around. It is going to be support Lulu because Yasuo gets grabbed in here for Voyboy, and once again, I Will Dominate does play Xin Zhao, so interesting.
So they can get knockups with either Lulu ulti or Xin Zhao displacement. But Voyboy, if you do it on the Xin Zhao displacement, then you have to do it very quickly. And you usually only get one person then. So it's not the same type of combo that something like a Wukong would bring to that.
Yeah, if you get it perfect, like we did see one 5-man Xin
You do
Zhao
it super quick.
Yeah, well, they're still in the area that they'll all get grabbed. It'll stop from going outwards, so have them like all in a little ball. You can like Lulu them afterwards. Just saying, theoretically possible.
Yeah. If they're very quick, they can pull that one off.
If they're crazy.
However, Cloud9 are a team that I always point out. They're really good at team fighting against AoE teams because they spread out so effectively. They kite so effectively, and then they're able to turn the switch where they focus down whichever target is out of position. So they kite you for just long enough, then when they have the positioning, they can easily turn it around, and their focus fire is amazing.
And they are absolutely so. Cloud9 do lock in. A couple of the same picks for this one. The comps are all together. C9 gonna have to worry about some AoE, worry about a little bit of the engage, but they've got a split push Jax. And by the way, Jax, to my knowledge, crushes Yasuo 1v1 as well, so it's gotta be Quas who holds up to that champion.
And Curse are not going to be looking to play the spread out game. They don't want to get picked off. They don't want to get split pushed on. They want that team fight. They're going hard engage into the LeBlanc Elise combo here. They're going to try and catch them and make Cloud9 pay for going with this split push Jax.
Well, we'll see if Curse can make it happen. Guys, as the champions are locked in and loading, now's the time to send us your predictions on who is going to win this game.
Right, so just tweet your vote at LOL Esports and use the hashtag CRSWin or C9Win. And then periodically, we will be checking to see where the votes stand.
Yeah, my guess it's going to start out with the Cloud9 lead, but I mean, Curse did hold the first 20 minutes in a good spot in this first game. I want to see if they can do that again, get themselves in a better spot, pull us to a game 3. We'll see what happens. Loading up into the game, Cloud9 one win away from facing TSM in the finals tomorrow. And that's what their sights are.
All right, well, I'm also going to be looking at the teleports too. Because some people have been teleporting to dying turrets. Once you make that mistake, though, you never make that mistake again.
Never?
Well, you never want to make that mistake.
You try
again.
not to.
I guess you try not to make it in the first place, too, freak.
Just saying. I feel like you've been playing the game for this long. You've done that once before.
Well, how about I put it this way? Don't make that mistake.
Got it.
Don't
Kobe,
teleport to a dying turret.
lesson learned, good
Especially
sir.
if your inhibitor relies on it.
Yes. Here we go, guys. Curse are in the game. Looking to come back for game 2 and game 3 to win this series. Right now, it looks like a defensive posture on both sides. High and Lemonation going to make their way down there.
I really am curious how Bunny Fufu will perform on this Lulu. As we said, there were target bans at him, so many support bans, and he has gone with the Lulu pick that's generally given over to Voyboy. As you said, if Voyboy, wanted to take that Lulu, he would have had to gone to number 6 or something in his priority line of supports. However, it's fine in the 2v1 swaps because they could both start with the Spell Thieves and they both get that extra damage, they both get that guaranteed gold income. This time lining up, though, is the old style lineup here, the line of scrimmage. So it looks like if they don't do a late invade, then it will be normal lanes here. However, a lot of people, wait until the last second to put the late in there, late invade.
We'll see. It wouldn't be late invade unless it was farther on down. Void, we're going to still stay in the mid lane. High going to do the same. Looks like the line of scrimmage is going to get broken, and we're now into the match.
All right, so probably the swap here from Cloud9. Invade blue, swatch their AD and support up to top. Probably we'll see the first 5 minutes play out very similar to the last game. The only thing here is that Quas has actually been cut off from the way that these early games normally play out. He's now on the wrong side.
Land some harass on Sneaky. He's going to throw some cleavers in. Media's not the happiest man about that. Going to share XP with balls, though. Curse actually a bit slower on their rotation around, but Bunny Fufu is helping out with Dominate.
Yeah, let's see if this actually costs Curse, because they are going to be slower in the swap. However, they're trying to take down the weaker turret. Mundo will not be able to get an early level 2 to join them. Looks like he is going to try and help out with the red buff, though. So that's a large chunk of experience. Meanwhile, Cloud9 go with the early. 1 buff into 2 camps, so everybody's level 2. Perfect timing there. They rush down that early turret. And we'll see if Curse can actually catch up.
We're going to go on the second wave. Quas still level 1 with this one. He's very low on health. I will dominate already level 2. Quas going to join up with the roster. So C9 going to get a very early push lead. And I do want to see it. We've seen a couple of games actually in the playoffs go 2-1 on turrets or 3-2 on turrets. Curse has fallen victim to that before.
It could very well be the case. Elise is amazing at shoving turrets, going into spider form with her spiderlings as well as her attack speed buff. Xin Sao is very strong as well, but again, they are delayed almost a full turret here. Actually, a full turret.
Yep, they're down a full turret. 3 minutes 15 in, and Curse are just starting now bottom tier 1 turret. They waited an extra wave basically. The Cloud9 already on their way down. The cannon wave right now with them.
Let's look at the mid lane, though. Voyboy was able to get a lead and then shove. He backed pretty early, and now he's making his way to try and stop at the inhibitor turret, while the rest of the team continues. This is something we haven't really seen before. A little adaptation, actually sending mid laner to try and hold the inhibitor turret and keeping the push going. This might be what Curse need to catch back up from a full turret deficit.
Or it could be a fatal flaw. If Voyboy gets caught there, Balls is level 2. If he has Leap Strike stun, nope, they're going to back off. They completely give the room to Voy.
Let's see how much work they can get done mid, though, since they did have to use their mid laner. And High actually doesn't hard shove it.
Balls actually TPs to this turret right here, and he's going to hold up some of the XP. This turret still up to 1/3 HP. Cloud9 do hold the turret lead anyway.
So, Quas being stuck on the wrong side of the map for the opening level 1, really hurting Curse. Down 1 global objective. See if that actually translates into any teamfight power, because unless you go back and buy, it means nothing. And even if you do go back and buy this early in the game, it's rarely a full item of combat effectiveness, so it should not hurt Curse too badly for the next couple minutes, but we'll see how they can play this out.
There's actually one thing that struck me as interesting, actually. I remember during the post-game interviews with Dominate, he was talking about how when they were fighting Dignitas did this 2-man, take the buff, take 2 camps, shove the second wave level 1, and that Curse was like, okay, yeah, well, we can mirror that and hold up. Now, the question to me is, if the optimal play to that strategy is to just do the same strategy, that's just the optimal strategy. And Curse went back to doing their 2-camp, really slow push, and once again, got down a turret there. It's really weird they didn't just take that in this game as well.
So there is that random factor where you are never 100% sure what to expect.
Sure.
Because there's no vision, Quas stayed over by the blue buff, and him being on the wrong side did cost them those few seconds. So kind of give and take there. It's very hard because there's no trinket wards being able to put down. You have no vision. That's why a lot of these teams are just going with the safest possible starting strategy.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this circle, though. Not only is Voyboy fighting Balls, but he's got Dominate coming in.
All right, here we go. Going to be the stun used from Balls. Flashes the wall. Dominate going to flash to chases one. Will have the knockup. Voyboy gets his own, and there we go. First blood comes through for Curse. Meteos, the flash chains from High. The silence onto Quas. He does not have any summoners available. Ignite comes through, and the counter kill for Cloud9. But Curse now go for Dragon.
Talking about mirroring strategies, both teams go for the gank onto the solo laner, and both teams are successful in their gank. After the gank, both teams try and convert into the objective that is closest to them. Dragon will be traded. Oh, actually, it's a Dragon and a defense of a top turret, so they don't trade the global objective. They actually just get to defend and take that huge wave that was up top.
Wow,
interesting.
So very. Cloud9 actually, though, they are the team in the lead, of course, because despite that Dragon, they're up a tier 2 turret, so it's a small 200 gold lead for these guys. Quas actually had just used his teleport, and it basically did nothing for him there, so not the ideal situation for that poor Mundo top lane. Let's see what else happens to him, though. Meteos looking for a bit of a flank around the map. He knows general timers of buffs. Ward comes down. No sweepers are actually almost up for C9. They can sweep away the ward in just a second. That covers his golem.
Trying to steal away the blue and pressure mid at the same time so they don't get collapsed on, but they've only got a few seconds here. Curse are trying to get into position to defend it, and Quas actually takes a bunch of damage.
That is
trying to do just that.
What he wanted. 1 hit to go. The shield comes in. Meteos repels, comes back down. Exhaust comes in. The save from Bunny Fufu, and the kill goes over.
Heal baits, exhaust baits, very frustrating, but oh so commonplace. And you have to be careful about overextending like that. Meteos goes too deep, trying to get that classic blue buff steal that has been Cloud9's go-to strategy. They wanted the repeat take, but 5 men to 4 inside Curse territory, unsuccessful, and they weren't able to get anything out of it. Not only did they not steal blue buff, but the wave from Balls was actually just a slow push, not shoving it into the turret. So Voyboy will be able to clean that up as well.
Wow, so Curse really doing a great job this early game. Tied in gold, up in kills, and the early buys are coming through. Looks like more gold will come their way. As you talk about, Voyboy will be able to hold that lane. Elimination, Bunny Fufu just trading blows back and forth. Frostfang's giving him some extra gold. They're kind of like helping each other out. It's like, hey, you know, we get no gold normally in supports. Can we just trade some attacks real quick? And Elimination doesn't share, he just hits them for free.
He gets his money off of the AD, though. Bunny Fufu's got his hands in Sneaky's pockets.
Yeah, Sneaky felt bad for his teammate and was like, don't worry, I got you, Bunny.
Plus, Bunny's got that blue buff that they were able to defend.
True.
Let's see, there's a big wave up top that's pushing for Curse, but they are making no move to do anything with it. And again, a solo laner soaking up that farm is exactly what Cloud9 want. They're funneling as much as they can onto Jax. Jax moves from down bottom giant wave to up top giant wave. They want to try and focus as much money into him as they possibly can. It also forces Quas to overextend, and he's now a summoner-less Mundo. Going with the teleport and heal, he does not have any sort of escape summoner. Heal's gonna come up pretty quickly though, and because he is so vulnerable, that's why they're having Dominate actually back up his push into the turret. They want to get that push all the way to the turret so it doesn't freeze, and Dominate comes up just to assist him with that.
Yeah, so we're gonna see Quas make his way back around the map though. Very vigorous champion, 3 ruby crystals.
Whoa, look at this deep invade.
Yeah,
Cloud9 actually catch Curse going for that red counter.
Well, Quasa with the region going to put the hurt down on elimination. Voiboy still chasing down as well. C9 pushed fully out of their jungle, and Curse make the move. The smite comes through. That is a red buff taken. I will dominate with Wriggles. Starting out pretty well in this game.
Red buff taken for a Jax free farm and a LeBlanc free farm. So Jax got a large wave up top, and Hai has been able to shove down bottom. So he's going to be at the turret, and that means there will be no pressure on this mid turret, especially since this time around, as we said, Cloud9 have the Graves, great wave clear.
And it's a teleport required to be used by Quasa to get himself there. That just came up from cold. I know it's Voiboy trying to defend this one, but Ball's showing up actually. The knockup comes through under the turret. The damage, the ignite, it's gonna be enough. That makes it happen there. Cloud9 making the full rotation. So I got the colors wrong. C9 just got there, and Curse wasn't even able to respond properly.
So remember, I kept saying, watch out for what each team does with these giant waves that they can build up in the side lanes. Curse were not able to do anything. Well, actually, Curse were able to get the red buff out of theirs.
Yeah.
Cloud9, they get the kill and the turret out of their giant wave. So better play there from Cloud9. They get more out of that giant wave. But they also had to use the teleport to make it happen. Ball's actually teleporting under the enemy turret, so it will be a long cooldown.
Well, now the mid lane under a bit of siege as well. Quas teleport is back up just now. His summoner heal as well. If he wants to show up, he can. Cloud9 don't want to keep pressing this one. They do got a 5-minute window of teleport disadvantage.
We have so many shots of solo laners cleaning up giant minion waves. Yasuo is pretty fun to watch, though, at least.
Yeah,
He's
very
more,
active.
He's more active with his wave clear.
It requires the most effort of all of them. High hit 4 buttons.
It's also important to note that, you know, we always talk about Jax. Oh, yeah, he needs to get up to his items, or he's got to get that blade and the Trinity Force.
Yeah.
Same thing with Yasuo. He has to get a Shiv and an Infinity Edge. That's a huge power spike for him. Now that he just got Infinity Edge after that last wave clear, he's got so much more power. Or, excuse me, the Shiv. He doesn't have the Infinity Edge.
That'd be ridiculously early.
It would.
12-minute IE Shiv. Dude, if I could get that every game, I would lose so many less games.
If I could start out with one, that would be great.
But I just have
I feel like I'd
70
win
bars.
a lot of games that way.
If I were broken and overpowered.
All right, next dragon fight, though. Let's see how it stacks up this time, because once again, Curse, they've got the team fight team here. It's going to be all about the poke from Cloud9, and they're actually happy to shoot skill shots into this dragon pit area. Let's see if Curse can actually get that AoE knockup.
Down to 1/4 high, getting big damage, gets exhausted though. The engage comes in. Wow, the flash from elimination keeps himself alive, and the counter kill comes in. Balls finds one. Voiboy's gonna have to run towards the back line. Quas is bloodthirsty, lands the cleaver, but he gets killed back. Double kill here for Balls on Jax.
Team Curse were not able to get the combo they want. As I said, Cloud9 are so good about spreading out against AoE teams, and they cut off Bunny Fufu completely, so they don't get the Lulu ultimate to get an AoE knockup. He has to use it on himself. High right here, there it is. The burst onto Bunny, completely silenced. He's out of this match. They also get the exhaust out of him. Dominate, there it is. He uses the knock aside from his ultimate to actually trigger Voiboy's ulti, but they don't get the combo onto Lemon. They don't kill him until it's Quas sacrificing his life for one. So that's their main solo tank. in exchange for the support of Cloud9.
So now Cloud9 up 2 turrets. They're up this dragon. They have about 3,000 gold overall, I gotta say. Cloud9, once again, a team fight happened, and it went C9's way. That is just the standard story for this team there. I Will Dominate doing his best to keep scaling up. Second time on Xin Zhao, same build once again. Very Magic Pen focused, or sorry, Magic Resist focused with the Hex Trinker. But on the other side, Meteos changing his build up again. He's going Glacial Shroud against a very AD heavy team.
Yeah, changing his build due to the resistance type that is favorable. He does not need that Magic Resist aura this time around, as you said.
I don't know, Bunny Fufu.
A lot of
menacing.
A lot of attack damage. So he's still going cooldown reduction route though. It is, to be fair, very similar idea behind the build, just changing which resistance type.
Yeah.
And it will be just as effective.
Yeah, High is also going for an arm guard. You're seeing this kind of pan out among everybody. Anything for Lemonation, he didn't buy a Sightstone yet. He rushed Mikhail's Crucible to add some more healing, to add the CC reduction to a teammate, which means that they're all buying their wards manually. On top of the fact they've already got 2 sweepers, so there's less. All the wards cost gold right now for C9.
Yeah, early Mikhail's is always a great buy against teamfight teams that are looking for those combos. It's definitely highly prized against things like Leona, but this team as well. He's definitely relying on that heal. Did he have it in that last team fight? Is that what kept him alive?
It's on cooldown. He must have used it.
Yeah. That could have been the difference then. That was Lemon actually surviving and Quas getting the last cleaver, costing him his life as well.
Yeah, made him trade 1 for 1, so.
3 health crystals this time.
Yeah.
Does he always start with 3 or is it usually 2?
It's normally 2, but I think he just had 400 gold the time he went back to base before. He'll eventually use it, just might take some time. Maybe the push forward. Looks like mid lane turret is going to be pretty well defended by Curse right here. The game right now is about rotations because with Dragon off the table, it's either you make the move in and you sneak in for a buff steal, or you get to your opponent's turret before they realize you're there.
The thing is, this is pretty much the same story as last game. It's just happening earlier. Last time, Curse actually won the first fight around Dragon, and Cloud9 were in a bit of a hole. But this time, they actually won the first fight.
Oh, there's the engaged Lemonation, gonna get knocked into the air. The Mikhail's not doing too much to him. Down he goes. Cop finds the kill. I Will Dominate gets a shield, but the answer back from Sneaky. Collateral damage. The stun going to land the Bunny Fufu. Another kill picked up. Balls finds his 3rd of the game.
Curse going a little deep for that kill mid, even though Lemon did not have his flash this time around. Mikhail's lives long enough to get into turret range, and Sneaky capitalizes. Now he's got double buff. Very, very happy AD carry.
And that's a very happy Graves. He's going to be 1-0-2 though. Unfortunately, still more assists than kills, but let's check out that replay.
Yeah, a little bit too deep here. It was mostly Dominates damage. Cop is able to get the culling onto him, but Mikhail's, again, it gets him long enough life. That Mikhail's cost 2 tower hits onto Xin Zhao, and it was the main reason that Sneaky was able to finish it. Everyone else was coming in anyway, so they would probably be able to collapse on him.
I think Dominate actually overstayed. After the knockup, I think he should have anticipated the damage a bit better. I feel like, because Cop's the one who got the killing blow, he did the damage at the end of that one. So.
He really, really wanted that kill.
And that's kind of the Curse motto. They really do go hard. It's curse or die. They kind of play that way every game.
Sometimes it's curse and die.
That's true. Well, unfortunately, that's happened 6 times this game. How much do you think they curse when they die?
Ooh, we got another sneaky lemon rotation here. I like the ward coverage from Cloud9, backing up the split push Jax. We said how strong this is. He's got his blade now. He wants to always be split pushing.
He's level 11 versus Quas's 9.
Yeah, he's got a pretty healthy lead here, and his teleport is available, so he can be anywhere that he wants to be on the map. Only things that can stop him from teleporting are Voyboy if he gets his charges up really early, or Bunny Fufu being close. Maybe Dominate would sacrifice his life.
Yeah, I wonder. It's going to be difficult. There's no real mage here to break through all the things that Jax normally does in a fight. We'll have to see what Curse does in response. Meteos gets a shield, puts a ward down for it. Cloud9, though, they're getting the ward coverage over the bottom side jungle. That could set up either the siege or the rotation around bottom and mid. Maybe just the red buff.
Double buff Sneaky can very well hold this mid. And look at the ward coverage. Anytime you see a Cloud9 game get to this point, it's very, very likely that they will close it out soon. Wards on both sides of the jungle. They get to make whatever moves they want. They have that sort of map hack. They can make every decision correctly because they can see every single move that Curse are trying to make.
Right now, the bottom turret, Curse forced wide around on the rotation. High goes in for a bit of pain, gets a silence out of Void, but actually Meteor's is going for the dive here, but Curse is there to make the rotation. High pops Zonia's. Can he get away? Looks like yes, Elimination forced to flash away. Cop on the chase. High over the wall, keeps him safe. Culling will not quite get it, but Elimination goes down. The engage still coming through. Sneaky, he's gonna have to dash over the wall. Flash for that one. Void gets the knockout. He finds him. Double kill, 3 overall for Curse.
Cloud9 just purely overextend right there.
Yeah.
They go for a tower dive with 4 people. High has no backup. He was actually able to escape over the wall with the distortion, but the rest of the team paid for it. Huge win for Curse. They're right back on the track now. Get the dragon on top of those kills. So High, he tries to go for this dive on Void, but the rest of Curse come right around the corner immediately. Dominate trying to get the knock aside over there, and they completely catch out the rest of Cloud9. Purely an overextension by Cloud9. Cop actually goes for culling here, yeah, and he's just barely behind. 1 step behind High. But the rest of the team is able to clean this up, and this is a nice shot from Void.
Wards to spot him.
Immediately warding. Sneaky's trying to juke back and forth, but he's slowed by the red buff, so his juke means nothing. He can't walk as far as the width of the knockup from Void, so there's nowhere for him to go.
So very well played. Void 3-1-3 this game. Didn't have the best Yasuo performance yesterday, but today he's playing absolutely great. Gotta say, Curse, even if they do lose this game, are playing some great League of Legends today. They can go into that 3rd place match with their head held high, but even still, they can of course win this one, and that's the goal right here. Gonna see Cop gonna wave clear for now. Curse gonna do everything they can to get this one in, bring it to game 3. They're up a kill, down 2 turrets. They've not had really any siege success in a while.
Yeah, I mean, they want to split push, and they want to pick people off. They don't want a tower dive, with LeBlanc leading the charge. Let's see, they can hold on to their own blue buff. I'm really excited to see what Balls will do, because my goodness, that is a Fed Jax, and every time we've seen a Fed Jax, they've been a problem for their other team.
Yeah. Well, in the post game of their win against Dignitas, Dominant did say, yeah, we know how to play around Jax. It wasn't that big of a deal for us. We'll see if this is the case here. Curse did beat Diggs Jax in game 3, so they've done it before.
High with a first item, Zanya's as well.
Yeah.
So next time he goes with an extremely dangerous deep maneuver, he will be able to have some other options available to him. If he gets enough cooldown reduction with that blue buff and then maybe buying a blue elixir, we can have multiple escapes. The mind games that you get to play with LeBlanc when you have a Zanya's are pretty fun to watch. We'll see how well he can use his double distorts. Distortations? Distortions. I wanted to make it too fancy.
Distortations. He's a PhD in distortations.
There we go.
That's how you graduate LeBlanc's school.
Oh God, Balls has the Trinity Force plus Blade combo now.
There we
and
go.
They're just going to group with him. They want to use that power right now. All right. For Curse's sake, though, they've got a good wave up top. Quas is shoving that into the top turret. They want to buy him as much time as possible. It's going to be very hard for them to buy that time, though. This turret will obviously go down. The question is, how quickly can Cloud9 force something at an inhibitor turret?
Well, there's no wards for Quas to flank from right now.
He doesn't want to flank. Curse actually don't want
They don't want like
that
the
fight
team
right
anyway.
now. They're kind of hoping for another dive from Cloud9, and they would much rather just gain the easy gold from that top turret. They don't want to force a fight. They'd much rather gain gold from their great positioning here with Mundo, and it looks like they're doing that. He should be able to get a turret.
Okay, so Cloud9 do get a tier 2 turret for a tier 1. That is still a small lead for C9, but it's just 3,000 gold right here. Cop gonna wave clear mid, just buying time, waiting it out. Void in a battle with Balls, but significantly losing that battle. Balls takes him out easily 1v1, but now gonna jump down by Dominate. Actually,
Counter number 2.
not gonna get chased. Mid lane tier 2 turret goes down.
All right, so Cloud9 now have a pretty easy route on both of these turrets. Jax still strong enough after taking down Void to again pressure bottom, but the death timers are very low. Only 23 minutes into the game here. Void will come back up quickly, and Balls is extending.
Oh, this might be too much for him. He's gonna go down, shut down gold.
500.
Goes to I Will Dominate. He does have Pharaoh Flare. Knockup stops the distortion from high. Has to go around it. Getting chased down now. Quas trying, putting the slows in distortion use. 700 heal popped as well. I Will Dominate in the big knockup. Quite not gonna land. The big hits around. Elimination falls. Now Sneaky is exhausted. Also has nowhere to go. Curse find another 3 kills. And Baron's on the map.
Yeah, Baron is on the map, but they also have a good wave up top. They can easily go for this Baron. The only thing they have to worry about is a steal from Meteos. Meteos is the one member of Cloud9 at full health, and he does have the ability to steal Baron. Elise still very strong with her execute. Even though the damage was taken down a little bit, it's a very real possibility, although dangerous.
Now, how reminiscent is this series? Actually, hold on. Balls around the side.
Oh, God, this could be a massacre.
2 versus 5. Baron very low on health. Balls getting ready to go for this one. The smite might come down in time for Dominate. He's going to pick it up, and here comes the fight. Balls. He's trying to run away now. Voyboy, 1 Q from the knockup. Not going to chase.
Bunny Fufu polymorphs Meteos. There's no threat of the steal. Great job by Team Curse securing the Baron there.
That was awesome. Yeah, even though you can smite through polymorph, you can't flash or repel.
Yeah, there's no way for him to get in range.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the zoning there. Bunny pulling his weight, even being forced onto Lulu.
Great stuff in this one. Now, how similar is this series to CLG versus TSM? CLG won game 1, pretty straightforward. Game 2, come back from TSM, right? And kind of control it out there. Is this the road for Curse right here?
They're making a great comeback. I mean, first it was a dive from Cloud9, and they punished high for it. Very good punish from Curse. They followed up very quickly. And then it was Balls overextending just a split second, and a great move from Dominate to go down there and kill him. Once they take Jax off the field, it was a great job for them to snowball that into a Baron pickup. But still, they're fighting a fed Jax. Just because you killed him, you didn't take away any of his power. You don't lose gold for dying in League of Legends.
You lose time, and time equals money. We've learned this. So indirectly, you lose gold. Ha!
True.
I don't even know why I went for that one.
It's true. It's I will support your argument there.
I appreciate that. Teamwork, yes. It's OP in the caster desk as well as League of Legends. Cloud9 gonna hold the wave clear for now. Curse do have 2.5 minutes left of their Baron buff. And I don't know what they do. Do they actually build themselves a gold lead with that? They're down 2K right now. Or do they feel like they're actually the leading team because they're up 3 kills? They just got a Baron. Like, I actually wonder what the calculation is like.
So yeah, that's an interesting aspect to the game. When you're in game, you see the scoreboard, and you are not 100% sure how much extra global gold Cloud9 have, but you know the turret count. So they're definitely feeling like they at least have the momentum here, and they're the ones with the team fight, so they're forcing it.
The wind ball comes out from Voyboy, and Curse pushing this down. Bunny Fufu dropped low, but does force the disengage away from high. These minions go down as well. Curse still looking a bit aggressive.
Yeah, Bunny's down, but he's not out. That's the key. He needs to at least be able to get his ulti off on someone. However, he's primed for the next rotation of High's spells. If he gets another burst combo off, that will be a dead support.
Here comes the culling, here comes the push in. Meteos takes some damage there with the cleavers as well. Here comes the burst again. Voyboy, the ulti comes in time. He lives through the ignite. And now the engage comes through. This is not necessarily great. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade so far. Mid laner for top laner. Curse on the disengage. Slow comes in. High comes back, finds a second. Curse now on the retreat. Quas about to get locked up. High will survive another one for Cloud9. Curse are routed.
High, the Predator on the outside, gets a huge burst onto Bunny, then waits his time in the shadows, strikes again, gets another huge burst onto Voyboy. He's just destroying Curse from the back there. They had no protection on their rear. It was all High attacking them from behind, cutting off their squishy champions. And then the rest of Cloud9 are able to suck in Curse's front line. Great job by Cloud9, actually destroying Curse from the backside. So this is actually the second job from High. First burst was on Bunny. Bunny, by the way, good ulti to save Voyboy. That would have been a dead Yasuo. And he then goes right back in because Dominate calls for the engage at the turret. And even though they do get down the Jax, they're at the turret, they're taking turret hits. I don't know if the communication was there for Curse. Were they calling out, hey, High is killing us in the back lines here. Dominate's going full steam ahead. seems like a little bit of a disconnect between the front and the back of the Curse squad.
And Balls lived long enough to make a lot of these kills happen. Curse lost so much health from the dive onto that top laner that even though he started out with double offensive items, Ruin King Trinity Force, he was durable enough to make it work. High starting to be even more annoying. Zhonya's Void Staff the build for himself, so no CDR in his items, but enough damage and durability to get the job done, obviously. 2-0-4 on him, Sneaky 1, 2, and 5. The assist AD carry, he can't shake the moniker.
Yeah, and speaking of cooldown reduction, I mean, Meteos this time around going full tank build. After the Frozen Heart that we talked about with the Glacial Shroud early, he's going pure armor stacking with the health. Not really worried about that slow burn from Mundo.
Yeah.
Or supporting Lulu.
I do really like the choice of Frozen Heart, though. There's 3 attack speed champions on Curse. Dominate, Void, Cop, all of them scale very much on attack speed.
Also, even though Void Boy does get the armor penetration after the ulti, the attack speed aura affects everybody whether attacking him or not. So that plus Randuin's is going to be very strong. And I like how Balls is also building into his Randuin's. The itemization here is definitely clear for Cloud9 this time around. Anytime you focus a lot of your damage of your team comp one way, the end game gets kind of hard. But then it's balanced out by penetration items.
We'll see when the Last Whispers come through. The core build done for Voidboy now. The Eye Edge did come in. Last Whisper done for Cop as well, but he's pretty much on par with the enemy tank line. So we'll see just how much of an impact Cop can have this game. Void killing the minions very successfully, dashing while doing so.
All right, so we got a minute on Dragon and a minute on Baron. Not much ward coverage for either team by either of those objectives. High trying to take advantage of that lack of vision. Attacking from the Fog of War once again, however unsuccessful. Cloud9 have been unsuccessful with their split pushing attempts, by the way.
Yeah, true. Also like CLG versus TSM. Balls and Quas gonna face off 2-level leads still. Balls completely held that sort of advantage here. Normally with Balls, he plays, he does split push some, but he teleports in all the time. But he's normally this lane bully player, right? Picks Renekton whenever available. But now he's playing a late game scaler and crushing it.
Yeah, what the plan is for him, he just wants to stay around bottom long enough for Baron to come back up. Then, as long as he can get threat on the bottom side, then he can force Curse to actually make the decision. And Cloud9 will try and outplay Curse, forcing them to make the decision between going to Baron or dealing with the bottom lane Giant Wave and split pushing Jax. First, they're going to take Dragon off the map. Since they're spawning at the same time, I like this move. They get the extra global gold. Make sure that if they mess this split push up in the future, then Curse won't have as much to claim on the map, even if they do win the team fight. So they're reducing their risk right here, taking Dragon off, and then they'll probably go for the split push, but that would backfire if Curse actually make the first move. They're trying to get the vision on Baron, and it's going to be Cloud9 with a couple more. Well, I guess they're just going to set up the same plan anyway. Jax will split push bot, and they'll try and clear out that vision. They've got a lot of work ahead of them, though.
They do.
There's a lot of vision here.
They have 2 pink wards to kill and a plethora of green wards. Uh-oh, Dominate gonna get silenced, rooted up, does not have much to do. Burst comes through from High, gets locked up a little bit, but goes back to the distortion. It's gonna be okay. Ball's now level 18, maxed out in the bottom lane, 3 levels above Quas. Gigantic threat, big spike for this Jax. He's gonna keep going up, of course. Sweeper starting to be used. Cloud9 gonna find 3 of these wards.
Both of those solos down bottom, by the way, have their teleports ready. Balls can interrupt Quas, but Quas cannot interrupt Balls. Because they both have teleports, they're actually just making the call to force Baron. No vision for Curse. It's so dangerous for them to face check at any point. They've got to be wary.
That ward didn't hit the brush. Didn't matter too much, though. Cloud9 on a bit of a flank. Actually, here comes the engage. The teleport comes in. That's going to force C9 back. Balls goes the long way around, gets jumped on for it. This could be the battle that Cloud9 wants. Maybe it's the one that Curse wants. The knockback from Dominate. Balls still taking damage. Windwall comes through. C9 jumps back over to keep themselves safe. Dominate staying in the mix. The disengage. The damage comes through from Yasuo. Balls. The second dodge comes through, but that's a kill for Cop. The battle's still going on. Quas in the front lines. 1-for-1 Sneaky will go down. Meteor's running around, but more kills come through. Quas just melting everybody. Lemonation also maybe will go down to Dominate. Meteos will trade back, though. 2 versus 2 left on the map.
3 down for each team. That was a really well-played fight by Curse. They did not take the Cloud9 bait. Even after failing the ward into the bush, they just try and shove up mid instead. And they force the speed buff out of Cloud9, used it as an engage, and they had minions in the middle here for Mundo to teleport on. So this is perfect for them. Once again, they've got this ridiculously buff tank. Now watch Balls. Everything from Curse is focused onto Balls. Meteos, by the way, missed his cocoon in the top right there on Bunny Fufu. So everything's burned on Balls. They use exhaust, they use summer spells, they use everything that they possibly can to get him down low. Meanwhile, Quas is at full this whole time. There's nothing they can do to dent him even. And Bunny was able to live long enough. He gets another great ult. Dominate chases Lemonation up to the top and able to finish him. Wow, Meteos actually goes deep and takes down Lulu. Let's look at this 1v1. Another missed cocoon. That's 2 missed cocoons for Meteos during that fight.
Very well played overall there. So, gotta say, Curse keep themselves as close as they can to this one, but they are down about 6,000 gold. The team is regrouped to the mid lane that was high, holds the top lane. Tier 2 turret is down, but the inhibitor might just be the call. Voyboy, ooh, the cocoon just saves that one. There's the wind wall. His knockup's there, doesn't go for it.
They got his shield down, but man, Balls has to teleport in very quickly. There they go, and
TP comes in, Quas in the front lines dominate. Big knockback comes through, and they find the kill onto Cop, though. This could be the fight. Balls in the back line, finding everybody. 3 kills for C9. Make that 4. It's only Quas alive versus 5 in Cloud9. Take down everybody. A quadra kill for Balls.
yeah, this time they did not have an exhaust for that super fed Jax. And Balls coming in a little bit later, doesn't matter. He's able to teleport right in and clean up. That should be Cloud9 getting at least an inhibitor.
And 25 seconds. It might even be the game if they can take it out for long enough. We'll just have to see for this one. Yeah, you're right. It's probably just the inhib, but see where it goes. Baron also on the map. They chose not to go for that just yet. Inhib is going down. They're lurking forward.
Oh, this is dangerous. If they do get stopped here, then it would be a retaliation Baron. But they're going so quickly.
They might get it in time. And hit number 2, turret number 2 going down onto the Nexus. Cloud9 gonna take it 2-0 into the finals.
Great call right there to end the game.
Yep.
That was pretty close. They had maybe another 5 seconds though.
The minion wave was coming in still. They knew it was going to be there. They get backdoor the inhib and ride the minions in for the Nexus. Cloud9, a close series. This game, 14 to 18 in kills. Curse definitely made him work for it. But Cloud9, they were the favorites coming in. The #1 seed. Another 2 wins in a row. They haven't lost the game in a couple of months now.
They are definitely a strong team, and their greatest strength is their ability to adapt to the new changes in the game. It seems like as soon as the patch comes out, even sometimes before the patch comes out, they're already practicing these strategies that will work with the new changes. And a lot of that has to do with their love of solo queue. I feel like they try out so many things in solo queue, and they're not afraid to take things from people that they see have success in the solo queue.
Yeah, I was actually watching Sneaky stream solo queue last night. The guy's still playing games. He's like in the playoffs. He's like, still getting the YOLO queue in.
Yeah.
Gotta make sure I know what's up, keep the mechanics going. Both games, Meteos running on Elise. Only player in NA to play that champion so far in the playoffs. Pharaoh Flare twice for the Xin Zhao of I Will Dominate. Didn't care about it. Still going for the Spirit of the Ancient Golems. I love the build conversions though. Aegis Rush in game 1, Frozen Heart Rush in game 2. That's the old Meteos style.
Yeah, and this time around, he didn't end up going with any spell penetration. He didn't go with a late Void Staff. He was full tank this time around because that's what they were looking for.
Yeah, I just love the fact that they had those adaptations. There's so many ways to react to your opponent in League of Legends. Some of it's, prepare the strategy. Some of it's ban out their favorite champion. Some of it's, pick the counter picks and whatnot. Some of it's runes and masteries. This game, a lot of that was the item builds coming through, saying, look, we're going to rush these. These are the items we're going for. We're going to get maybe the armor stack or the magic pen or the slowing, the CDR, whatever it takes. The mid-game adaptations, even on the same champions, that's a mark of some great players.
Yeah, and we also saw Curse coming out with some strong moves. The Mundo was successful, the heal teleport Mundo. The exhausts that they brought were enough to take out Jax in a couple team fights, but they were too quickly returning to team fights, and they didn't have those spells ready to shut down a super fed split pushing Jax. in the end, that's what cost them the win.
Yeah, you even saw Balls get a solo kill down there in the bottom lane to set a lot of things up. Like that's the kind of things that happen. So with Cloud9 taking that win, they're going to move on to the grand finals tomorrow against Team Solomon, I should say. They're Cloud9. Of course, that means that Team Curse moves down to the 3rd place match against Counter Logic Gaming. That will also be played tomorrow, but keep in mind, there's still a match to be played today. Up next is Dignitas versus Coast. That's a BO3 that means a whole heck of a lot. The winner stays in the LCS. The loser fights for their spot. Very, very big deal for those
Job
teams.
security, a little bit earlier vacation. They won't have to play in the relegation tournament.
Yeah.
They're fighting for vacation days here.
I mean, it is a stressful job. I gotta be fair. Pro gaming is difficult work. These guys put in long hours. They put in blood, sweat, and tears. You saw with Curse's win yesterday what it meant to Void specifically, but the rest of that team just felt that weight lift where they were okay. And yeah, they're coming in saying they've got to put on their very best performance every single game.
All right. Yeah, well, it was a good performance from both teams this time around. Both had high points. Both had low points.
Yeah.
Exciting 2-0.
Yeah, well done, Cloud9. So let's send it over to Jat for more on Cloud9's Day on the Rift.
Thank you very much, Freak. And I want to welcome Hai and Meteos from Cloud9 to the desk. You guys had a slow start coming into the playoffs because you had the bye week. And that first game did look a little bit shaky. What were your thoughts coming into this series?
Well, obviously Curse is a strong opponent. Both games are kind of interesting just because I called for a few team fights that we misplayed, and we just didn't want to fight at that time. So the first game, it was the second Dragon fight, I believe, where I called Balls to teleport in. So we didn't get necessarily a great teleport off, and we played that fight terribly. And we just kind of got out-team fought in a couple of team fights, and that just made the game sloppier for us.
Meteos, how do you feel about the series as a whole?
I thought the series was pretty good. We had slow starts in all of our games, but we were able to bring it back pretty well.
Yeah, and specifically in this game, too, you guys definitely had you got the Jacks. I think that was one of the key things for you guys coming into this one because you put so much farm into Balls. But other than that, what was your kind of overall take on how to take down Curse? Because you let them get the Mundo Lulu 2 games in a row.
Well, as far as pick and ban phase go, I don't want to go too far into it, but you just have to make trades for champions. Whatever champion trades you're fine for, you do. So in that game, they had like Mundo Lulu. We're fine trading Mundo Lulu for another champion. Now, if we had the option to pick it, we could have done that too, but we weren't given the option. So you always have to trade champions. That's just what happened.
And obviously with you guys having yesterday off, it has been a thing in the past for you guys where you come in, play a best of 3 that's important, and then, like at Worlds last year, you go out 2-1 to Fnatic. Was there any worry that that was going to happen this time, playing against Curse, having yesterday off?
Well, there's always worry that if you haven't played for a while, you're going to play badly, and there was no LCS last week. We didn't get to play yesterday, so we've been out of the competitive, setting for a decent amount of time. So I think that played a part in our shaky starts to the game, but at least we're warmed up now, so for the finals tomorrow, it should be a really good game.
Yeah, I actually want to get into a clip from the most recent game where you guys did go a little bit too far. It was about 18 minutes into the game, if we can get that up on the screen, where you guys may have overcommitted for something. Just talk to me about why this happened in this match.
All right, so I believe Balls was 1v1ing Yasuo, killed him, and then started fighting Quas. So I was like, hey, can we come down and save Balls? But now here, we overcommitted. My team's running back, but I go in. So I made a mistake, and they're trying to save me right now. I was trying to save Balls, but that put me in a compromising position, and that baited the rest of my team into dying. I don't remember who all died, but we basically have to run away. Sneaky dies, I believe Lemon dies, and it's just very poor misjudgment by me, and I killed my teammates here. So that's like 99% my fault.
Yeah, and after this, they were able to kind of clean you guys up, take out the Baron as well, and it was then almost a tricky situation for you guys, a little bit of a close game. Meteos, what was your communication like after this happened within the team?
Well, after this happened, Jax was spawning soon, and he told us that he had TP up, so I was thinking, okay, they're kind of low. We might be able to get in there and stop the Baron. So Balls TP's in, but then Mundo TP'd in too, so it was a 2v5, and there was really no way we're going to win a 2v5, so I sort of walked up thinking about going for Baron steal, but I got Lulu Sheep, which kind of encouraged me to do the right thing and not go in and kill myself, so I didn't really have the option to try to steal, so we just gave it up. We wasted our TP for it and some of our time, which was just a bad call on our part, but that's basically what it was. We tried to go for the 2v4, but then Mundo put it in, so it was 2v5, and we just said, all right, we can't do that anymore.
Not necessarily the cleanest game, but you guys did still have the strategy coming in at the end. We have a second clip actually right near the end of the game when you guys did find the fight in front of your base. If we can pull this one up, Balls ended up getting a quadra kill. Talk to me about the setup for this one. Hi.
So I just bought my death cap off for pushing top, and I told my team we have to fight now. So we're all here. Jax just ported in. I initially had to fight a little bit, but this is where they dive. Dominate's by himself right now, so I'm calling to kill him. Balls is killing Cop and basically 1v3ing at the moment, and the rest of them are 2v4. So the fact that Balls is so big and just 1v3ing their team makes the rest of the team have to 2v4 us, and we basically clean up. No one's like hurting him, and we just kind of clean up and kill him because they can't do anything to him. They don't have exhaust, and they just died.
And Medios, was there a particular reason that it took this long in order to find that fight? Because Balls was extremely fed for a large portion of this game.
He was really fed, but we wanted to keep Jax splitting, I guess, because no one could really fight against them. I think our biggest mistake was we kept trying to force things with the 4 of us who weren't Jax. And when all of your kills are on one person he wants to split, you kind of have to play around that. We should have just, like got wards up around him, protected him. But we kept trying to go for things with just 4 of us, and it wasn't really working out for us. We picked some bad fights without Jax, and that gave him a lot of momentum, I guess, and it just made the game really hard. But like I said, Jax was super fed, and when we did get that fight with all of us, it went pretty well.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you guys did get the 2-0 victory. So looking forward a little bit, you guys were around to watch the TSM versus CLG best of 3 today. What were your thoughts just on that series as a whole, actually?
Well, I enjoyed the series. I thought it was very fun. I actually thought CLG was going to 2-0 them. At the moment the second game happened, it was going really bad for TSM. They were down like 6,000 gold, and they would get outscaled. But I think CLG threw super hard, and they lost all their momentum and went on tilt after that game. I wasn't actually sure if Nien was on tilt, but it looked like he was kind of frustrated from game 2. And when you let your emotions cloud your judgment and your play, it just becomes bad. So the fact that CLG lost the second game, I kind of felt that TSM was going to win the third game. But I enjoyed the series. I thought CLG played really well, and so did TSM.
And there's been a lot of questions about TSM, whether or not they've been able to adapt to the 4.4 changes, or the 4.5 changes. But they adapted mid-series. Mitos, what are your thoughts on the way they adapted to the game and the series?
I actually missed game 1 because we were in the shuttle coming over to the studio. But in game 2, it looked like they were getting really behind, but then they just sort of decided they have to go for some plays. And so they did that. Like, Especially got a really nice flash hook onto Link. And so I think they sort of got their confidence back from that point. And I think they did have a little bit of trouble adapting to 4.4, but sort of when everyone keeps telling you that you have a problem, like everyone's saying TSM can't adapt, it gets in their heads a little bit. So I think their confidence was shaken going into the series, but as soon as they were able to like get a clutch play like that and just get their confidence back, I think they looked really strong.
Yeah, and actually, final question for you guys as we move towards the finals. Obviously, the winner's going to go to the All-Stars in Paris. Just the overall strength of North America in these playoffs, where do you think it's at right now when compared to last season?
Well, we're obviously stronger than we are last season. But last season, it was just basically us. We were standing at the top by far. This season, we have CLG, TSM standing near us, and Curse and Dignitas even looked great. The other teams, I'm not quite sure, but they're still strong. But the fact that every team is just so much better than last split, hopefully that's enough for us to put us onto the international stage. But at the very least, I think we'll have a better showing this year around.
All right, well, thank you very much, Hi and Medios. Best of luck to you in the finals tomorrow, but we've got to take a quick break. We've still got more spring playoff action coming up. When we return, we've got a best-of-3 battle for 5th place between Dignitas and Coast. Don't go anywhere.
There they go, and then
TV comes in, Quas the front lines dominate. Big knockback comes through, and they find the kill onto Cop, though. This could be the fight. Balls in the back line, finding everybody. 3 kills for C9. Make that 4. It's only Quas alive versus 5 in Cloud9. Take down every